Guys, I'm Kesha. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi, welcome. So this week I'm trying something out which I've never done before, and that is Foundation Friday. I need to work on that jingle. Anyway, so every Friday, hopefully, if you like it, I'm going to be testing out a different foundation, giving you my opinion and a review on it. So this week I'm going to be reviewing the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. Now, this foundation has been out for a hot ass minute, but that's why I feel like Foundation Fridays are going to be so good, because I get to revisit foundations that people just don't review anymore. But I just want to revisit every single foundation from every single brand. It doesn't have to be new, it can be old. And if you put your suggestions in the comments below, then I can go out, get that foundation, and I can review that one too. Reviewing foundations is so important for me because foundations, up until very recently, have been something that I've always struggled to find my favorite in. I've never really had a favorite foundation. I have favorite eyeshadow palettes, lashes, bronzers, blushes, you name it. And yet with foundations, I just found that I was a bit like, meh. I've actually really started experimenting and using a lot of different foundations, a lot of different colors, and I'm really starting to find what I like and what works for me, which is great. Now, just as a starting point, the packaging for this is great. Now, they give you 35 milliliters. Now, compared to the rest of my other foundations, most of them are 30 ml, so I think that's a pretty good amount in there. Didn't know, obviously, what color I would be. I literally guessed from the website. I think it's quite difficult to determine what shade you're going to be, especially when there is such a great shade range as there is in this line. But I went for cinnamon. I did find it initially a little warm, but then since I've put it on and it's kind of set with all the other elements, I kind of think that it's the perfect shade for me, to be honest. Any lighter, and I feel like I would have looked ashy because I've put on a lighter concealer and stuff like that. So on first application, honestly, I was completely blown away by this foundation. I put 2 drops in my beauty blender, and that went all over one half of my face. So that's like 4 drops on your whole face, and it's a full coverage foundation. This means if you want super full coverage, like you've got spots, I'm talking birthmarks, I'm talking any kind of discoloration on the face, this bad boy is going to target that. Because I had spots all over my forehead and I can't see them anymore. I can't even see them in person anymore, let alone in the camera. So in terms of coverage, this foundation is like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It gave me everything I wanted from a foundation. I feel like it's giving me great coverage, and I didn't find it cakey. In terms of the color, like shade ranges, I did find it initially, as I said, a bit orange on application. But then once I put the concealer and everything on, I found that it actually worked perfectly well for my skin tone. Like, it blends in perfectly. I am a bit tanned at the moment though, but babes, then perfect for a summer foundation. In terms of price, so it's £32. Now, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that at all. £32, and I'm using 2 small dots on one side of my face. Like, this is gonna last me more than a year. So if this was the only foundation that I bought for £32, then hell yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, completely happy with that. I always switch up my translucent powder, my powders, they're all normally from different places. With this specific foundation, now Huda's got contour creams, she has translucent powders, she has concealers, she has bronzers, she has highlighters. So with this, I kind of went all the way. I used the concealer with it, I used the translucent powder with it, and it went really well. So in terms of like a collection as well, I really like this foundation because it has like a family, which you can't get with every foundation. So like the Beauty Blender foundation, for example, which I also really like, you can get a translucent powder, I think, but you can't get a bronzer and you can't get a highlighter. I think that's a really, really big perk of this foundation. Now, in terms of just aesthetics, like, I think this foundation looks insane. Like, I haven't seen my face look this flawless in a very, very long time, let me tell you. I'm loving this full coverage. Like, my face looks freaking flawless. Like, I'm beat right now, and I haven't been beat in a long time, okay? So yeah, I mean, overall, price point is good, coverage is good, longevity is good. So yeah. I'm actually going to give this foundation a 10 out of 10. Is that outrageous? Maybe that's outrageous, and I know it's my first Foundation Friday, but I'm telling you that I've used so many foundations. I worked at MAC when I was 19, and since then I've tried nearly every foundation under the sun, and this genuinely has one of my favorite finishes ever. And I just like the whole branding, I like the packaging, I like how much it gives. I just like everything about it, really. So I'm gonna give this foundation a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried it and what you thought. And also let me know if you like Foundation Fridays and what foundations you'd like me to review, because I will be doing it every Friday, hopefully. So I'll see you in my next video. Really hope you like this one. And yeah, happy Friday. Bye.